Greetings, members, one and all of the Salvation Nation. It is Sunday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device. Yes, indeed, we are here to see what the markets do. Will they open up strong, or will we see a continued fall in prices, much like what we saw, at least to some degree, this past week, but it did trade above $50 an ounce. We could declare victory in that regard, but it did not reach 54 as some had predicted from my last poll. This poll is a little bit more just to see if we can hold on to what we got, because we can make it through, believe it or not. All right, good to see you. A lot of good folks here with us. We're a little bit early here. We got Tony Erickson is with us. Good to see Tony. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Red Crawler is here. America First is here. Good to see all of you guys. Let's get into some of these comments while we got a little bit of time before the markets open here a little bit. Putting a mega on money is quite ominous. Yeah, I guess the symbolism there is kind of interesting, to say the least, for sure, when you think about what's going on with our monetary system right now. It is in trouble, slow rolling trouble. Every time the dollar loses value, it just continues to lose confidence by many of us who believe in sound money. But many of us had lost confidence a long time ago in that regard. Good to see you guys. All right, let's slurp a little bit here and move along to the next comment here. We see what people have to say on this video about the gold pennies. Lulu says, good idea. Those gold dimes are pretty. Yeah, I love those. And they're doing another one this and the next year. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, it's pretty wild. I have another chance to get one, but they're going to be pretty pricey. No question about that. Anthony Williams, I bought my 101st gold sovereign today. Wow, congratulations. Yeah, that's quite a collection of sovereigns indeed. Hypersonic says, before the IRS started stealing the civilians' money, tariffs built the West. That's right, exactly. Tariffs were it. The External Revenue Service. I like that idea. I hope we can actually make that happen instead of the Internal Revenue Service. All right. Wow, Red Crawler's followers on X are from Nigeria. I haven't even checked mine out, but I checked my account on X, and it says it's the United States of America. So apparently I'm legal there. I guess I'm not a foreign psyop, apparently. It's been confirmed. Good to see Eli is here. Cybercurrent Twitcher is here. Check out his latest video. Silver Shelby is here. Ridge Runner is here. A lot of good folks with us. Sabinator is here, too. Justin Sartain with a smile on this one. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And we got a few more minutes here. We'll read this comment, then we'll get to the markets as they open. It takes about 2 minutes to propagate over in Kitco, so we're going to do this one here. It says, you're most awesome, Sal. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You didn't introduce the bill to the world of politics, but you reported it. Good job. Well done. I've heard crap for years about an audit, and everyone that was going to do it got swept under the carpet before the guest arrived. For all I know, we are guarding a bunch of gold-colored painted lead bricks. I never even thought about the 90% part when our ancestors were coerced and handing them over into gold. Much thanks to that Utah politician. Never thought I would say that. A few others have changed the parade. Every job in the private sector I've had and will always had to do inventory, my bosses would say, but I will theft and just plain screw-ups is where your stuff disappears. Work for myself, I thought I had eliminated the problem. But I have neighbors and their friends who steal. It wasn't locked down, it would walk away. Even the fenced backyard. That's not it. It's about being able to steal my crap. They throw trash in my front yard at night. Landscaping blocks my view where the road is. I'm working on it, and they're trying to take care of it. But politicians lie, cheat, and steal. That's for sure. And you're old enough to remember Tidy Bowl Man in a boat ready to go down the whirlpool in the toilet. It was a commercial for a toilet bowl cleaner in the 70s. And 60s. That's where I feel this country is headed. No, I hear you. Merry Christmas to you, and thank you so much for your comment. And with that being said, let's see what's going on here with the markets, for sure. But yep, we do need an audit of the Federal Reserve, and it needs to be something that is transparent and believable. All right, we got. Here's where they are. So they'll open up here in just a moment. But 50.06 was the price. Closing price and the ask price. The bid price is still below 50. Will we be able to recapture 50 tonight and on the bid price? And will we be able to keep and hold on to it by this Friday? Answer in the poll there. Yes, indeed. Michael K is here too. Good to see Michael K. Welcome. Good to see you. So there's where the markets are now, right before they open up. Let's slurp some coffee because they should be opening up any minute now. We're going to watch them as they do here. It does take a little while. It takes about 2 minutes, so we got about a minute to go. So let's see if we can answer one more short comment. We've got this from Schenker. Russia is huge geographically, and even if they find huge gold reserves anywhere, in any country for that matter, not quantify or disclose it, it may affect the international prices, which won't benefit them if there's a sharp drop in announcement. That's true. And that's most countries, you would think. And I think that's part of the reason why China is not doing a full audit and then publicly announce a revaluation of 20,000. That could be. See how this all transpires and plays out. Good to see Lisa Anderson is here. Bill 457 is here. Welcome. And the markets have opened. And what are they opening at? Boom. Up. Fairly good clip here out of the starting gate, but sometimes that can be a whipsaw in the other direction. But so far right now, it is up 17 cents right out of the gate, silver is. But usually that gets corrected pretty quickly. So we're going to see what this happens in the next 5 minutes now. But it is comfortably above $50 an ounce in the bid price too, 50.23 in the ask. Gold up 70 cents, only 70 cents in that big move up here to $4,066.90. Platinum up 3, palladium down 4. So there's where the metals complex is in Asia, right out of the gate. Pretty wild. So we'll see what happens. But I'm telling you, there's a, like I say, the longer we hold on to $50 silver, the better chances are that this is going to be could be potentially the new normal down the road. But we'll see. All right. Let's see here. But we got to watch out for that whipsaw pattern, which usually happens here. Rocky Superstar is here, too. Good to see you, Rocky. Hope you're doing well. Good to see Hypersonic Bullion. Elliot Scott is here. So there's where that is here. Let's get back to these comments here. We'll revisit them here in a moment. Matthew Holbrook about the audit. If you have not seen this video, I hope you will check it out from yesterday. There is a piece of legislation introduced in the Congress into the Senate, which is rare. But you should check it out. You are absolutely right. We can create our own personal central banks. I just started my second stacking session, bought 1 gram to every 2 ounces of silver. There you go. It's a good way to do it. Kind of start that own personal gold to silver ratio. You can change back and forth between buying a gram here and a gram there and some silver along the way. Yes, indeed. We've got Greg Ziegler on the way to reevaluate gold. Yeah, I wonder. That could be part of it, and we'll see, especially if they're going to be rehypothecating that gold in a transparent manner. He says, thus buying silver further up with it. I have some gold, but have more ounces of silver. Pray this happens. Yeah, well, I think it would. I don't know. I don't know what the impact would be. These are areas that we've never visited before. By the way, other nations have revalued their gold, and obviously it hasn't had an impact on the price. So it's be very interesting to see how that plays out. Be very interesting. All right. We're refreshing the markets here. Silver still showing some good momentum here. A minute or two into the market opening, with up 20 cents now to $50.26. Gold is up $1 to $4,067. And platinum is up 6. Palladium is up 5. All right, Rocky's going to start talking silver tonight. Nice. That's awesome. Very good. Gold Trader. If we see Democrats take office and win the elections, they will impeach Trump. We pretty much can bet on that. And if they do impeach Trump, we always have what would happen in the past with gold and silver. I don't think it'll have much of an impact, honestly, if they impeach him. Now, if there's a strong majority in the Senate where they can remove him from office, now that could have an impact. That could have a bigger impact. But if Democrats win, just expect an impeachment or 2 or 3 or 4. They'll be doing it. No question about it. All right. We've got Robert Gill says, it's all talk and show. He says here, falls in the same category as the Epstein files. 5,000 Doge checks, 2,000 tariff tax, only physical gold should equally qualify and toss out SLVs. Who's in charge of such an audit? BlackRock? Enough said. Well, yeah, that's just it. I think no matter what happens, there's going to be a group of people who are not going to trust it or believe it, no matter what you do. All right, let's see here. All right, and let's see here. Robert Gill also says here, what? Did you just say JP Cortez? Sure it's not JP Morgan? Nope, it's JP Cortez. Rocky Superstar, boom! Thank you so much in a rare form. We've not seen this in a long time. We don't get these very often these days, but 10 Salivate Metal gift memberships were sent across the bow by Rocky Superstar. Thank you, Rocky. Check him out. Like I said, he's going to be talking about silver tonight on his live stream. And that's going to happening at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So check it out. I'll be done broadcasting by then. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much, Rocky Superstar. Appreciate that. Very, very cool. And let's see here. All right. Let's press on forward here and see what we've got with Paulo Sasso. Many that revile the Fed, I'm not necessarily a fan either. However, a prior Fed, there was an economic instability despite the gold standard back then. The panic of 1873 and in 1893 was also called the Great Depression prior to 1929. And back in 1907, the Fed was created to be a stabilizer. But even during the Great Depression, the Fed, though existing, did not have the tools it does today. Well, the tools it has today are still pretty much inept. There's not much they can do, I don't think. You give them too much faith and credit, in my view. But anyways, all right. Michael K. has also sent 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Michael K. Very kind of you, sir. Appreciate that. We got 2 here, almost like a little mini train happening here. Thank you, Michael K. Appreciate that. Very nice of you indeed. Wow. All right, but thank you, Paulo. Appreciate your comment there. Stephen Higbee says this. Let me get over to this. He says, it should definitely happen every 5 years, but as you know, our government has never been transparent with the American people. They are under the impression that they don't answer to us. I know, exactly. Yep, I agree. But if the bill passes, it will become law, and at least they'll have to make an effort, right? But we'll see how it plays out. It will become law, which means it'll be against the law to not do it. But will we trust it? That's really the bottom line, but we'll see here. Something is better than nothing. Everything is in the green tonight, and it continued moving upwards with silver's price up 34 cents now. Wow. It's still going. You know, I thought for sure we might see it whipsaw back, but there it is. It is up. It's up just in time, just as 79 has come into the chat. Silver pumps up here. It doesn't poop out, it pumps up. It's up 32 cents now to $50.38. So there that is, $50.26 in the bid price. Gold up $9.30. So it's starting to get comfortable with that range there with $50 silver. So we'll see here. All right. And gold up $9.30 now. Platinum up 10, and palladium up $8. So there's where we're at. That's where we stand with the markets right now. Pretty crazy indeed. All right, let's see here. Elliot, I've never seen silver this strong in my life. It just keeps hanging on. It sure does. It's really cool to see this. But remember, there's 2 things we got to think about with silver. Number 1, nominally, this is amazing on a nominal sense. But adjusted for inflation, it's still got a lot of room to move. In fact, we can pretty much ignore 1980 because that was a fluke. That was an anomaly. 2011 is closer to what is happening now as what happened for 2025. But nonetheless, the similarities are that the prices moved above $50 an ounce. Well, actually, technically, it didn't in 2011. But in order to get to the inflation-adjusted price, silver would need to be $73 an ounce. So we're quite a ways away from that happening. So 2011 is really the last area that we should look at to get an idea, because if you use 1980, which is a gross anomaly, it would need to be $213 or somewhere thereabouts. $73 is the number to really beat the all-time high, based off of the conditions that are likely to happen again, or that has happened in the past. All right. We've got Monet Collector. Very nice video. Thank you for sharing. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I appreciate your kind words there. And let's see what's going on now. Silver's pulled back a little bit. It's now up 29 cents. So it's stabilizing here, but still up a good clip. $50.35 for the ask. $50.23. That's 12 cents worth of difference. That's been the standard bear for quite a while now. It was 10 cents, but now it is right here, right at at this level, 12 cents here. Oh yeah, very good. There it is. Gold to silver ratio, in case you're wondering, is 81.08. So we're still hanging around the 80 mark. And honestly, in 2011, that was at 32 to 1. 32, 33 to 1. So there's still a lot of you could call it potential or resistance, however you want to look at it for silver compared to gold. All right, very good. Let's see here. Welcome, Ardell. Good to see you. Good folks tonight. And thanks again to Rocky, and thanks again to Michael K for your channel gift memberships tonight. Appreciate that. All right. Okay, let's get back over here to some of these comments, see what people are saying. Bikini Woman says here, this seems to be a turning point for the United States, but it will spread to the whole world soon, in my opinion. Thanks, Al. Well, I'll tell you what, more and more people are paying attention to gold for sure. More and more people are paying attention, and I think that's a good thing, and especially when you hear my video tomorrow. Yes, indeed, my video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And but yes, indeed, good to see Richard Metcalf. Welcome, glad to see you here. And let's see here. We've got Ozzy Rob says all news out of Russia is subject to state approval and is therefore completely unreliable. Fake. Well, I do agree it's unreliable. That's for sure. Some of it may not be fake, though, but it will have certainly a pro-Putin spin to it. You're exactly right. Do you seriously believe that media would be allowed to show economic weakness? No, and you're right. I'm certainly not naive enough to think that. But nonetheless, we also have to look where the truth is. However, it does play a role there. But you're right. It is state-controlled. And that's why I kind of mentioned, RT in this piece, that's state-controlled media, but there's other outlets out there too that may not be right either. Even they may be so anti-Russian that they're just they could spread lies too. So question everything, but you're exactly right, Rob. Very good. All right. Let's see here. XR person says, "I love that frosted-looking Morgan. Where did you get that, Sal?" The United States Mint. The U.S. Mint is where they got that. Morgan and Peace Dollar, too, by the way. But thank you. Appreciate you watching that. Jazimoto on the gold audit thing says here, yes, good idea, but highly unlikely. They will see national security concerns or some other crap for reasons to not make this happen. In government we trust. Well, if the laws got to pass first, it may not happen for sure. Greg W., first time here, says, been subscribed for over a year. Thanks. Thank you so much. First time catching it live. Well, thank you. Everybody give Greg a warm welcome. And thank you so much for being here, Greg, for a live stream. I appreciate it as we watch the markets and hang out a little bit. Tucson Bubba with a $5 super chat, the first super chat of the night. Thank you so much. You were awesome, Tucson Bubba. Here we go. I slurp in your honor, my friend. All right. So there we go. All right. Looking at the markets again. It is pulling back some of its gains, but not much. Silver is. It was up 34 cents earlier, just a few minutes ago, but it is now up 28 cents to $50.34. The bid price above $50 again. Gold is up $9.80. Platinum and palladium both up as well. A pretty good clip, a pretty good move here in the Asian markets to the upside. So we're watching this for sure, and so there it is. All right. moving in positive direction here for both gold and silver, platinum and palladium. Yes, indeed. Very good. Good to see TM7110. They're starting to use the handles again here. So, if, I don't know. I wish they would pick one or not use the handles at all and just use the regular names again like they used to. I don't understand why that happens. But anyways, Jerome Dodson, rather, says in this piece here, I did not believe there would be anything done about gold accounting when Trump said it. He's a liar many times over. Well, sounds like a little bit of the case of the TDS happening here. But as I mentioned in this afternoon's video, Trump does tend to over-exaggerate. I think he means well in many ways, but sometimes it doesn't translate to getting exactly what he'd hoped for, what happened. But anyways, but in all honesty, this really, the only thing that Trump would have to do with this is he signs the bill. Other than that, it will get done. If he signs the bill, by law, it would need to be done. All right. So very, very good. All right, let's see here. Rocky Superstar, I'm gonna try to get that series if I can. But boy, they're gonna probably be very expensive. It's gonna be tough. I don't know. Dove season is here. Good to see you. Dennis Niemeyer says, good morning. Coffee slurping time. There you go from this morning's video. Not slurping time, but slurping time. Not slurping time would be quite an interesting varnish to put on something, right? Slurping time, right? Hashtag slurping time. We just came up with a new word, right? Keep truthing. There you go. We try to be as truthful and honest and intellectually honest here. Like I said, I don't have TDS, which is Trump derangement syndrome, but I also don't have TSS, which is Trump sycophant syndrome either. All right. B. Witten, I'm going to have exactly zero confidence in China metallurgy. Yeah, metallurgy, yes. I know, I hear you, but the silver they've got there is a silver that's traded in the markets, so I don't think it's fake. All right. Let's see here. And we've got here Greg Ziegler says the following. Good morning. Sips coffee. Thank you. So he's slurping some coffee here. He says, I think that silver is going to stay at a $50 floor, and it appears that the gold floor is 4K. I have some of both, but my silver holdings thus far are outperforming my gold holdings, and that has been a trend for some time. All right. Well, that would probably not for more than a year, but I mean, silver has outperformed gold this year, but only barely because the gold to silver ratio has kind of fluctuated in this area, and it's only so much that it's been under 90 since that time that it has outperformed. That's been about maybe a little less than a year, but yeah, very good. Well, congratulations, though, Greg, on that. That's good. All right, Dean R., who also is with us tonight. We love Dean. He's awesome. And Tony, too, and Tony's here, too, praying for Tony. He says, it is possible that China is experiencing a shortage because they lease silver to the LBMA. I saw this mentioned a few weeks ago, but have no way to confirm. Actually, it didn't happen. A lot of that silver they thought was going there, but it did not happen. It's going a lot to being refined for solar panel manufacturing and other industrial uses, although there is a glut of solar panels in China right now. And a lot of the solar panels are selling now that were manufactured back in 2023. So, but yeah, it turns out that all the silver that came out of Shanghai, essentially, if it was sent to the LBMA, it wasn't. It was done far enough back in October, I guess, whatever, for that previous, but not now. There's something else at play here, let's see here, but I think that's what's happening here. And I got that from somebody in China who says that's the case. John Bethia, I believe that BRICS and other countries can gain control of the precious metals market, and they can bring up the metals market price of the real values, and they can destroy the paper markets. Well, you give too much faith in the BRICS. And the thing, the BRICS is a much looser alliance than is the G7, G20, and the like in Western nations. And the dollar is what's keeping everybody together. And I know it's not as influential as it once was, but it's only fractions of less influential than it was before. We have to be real here. But the BRICS do not have nearly the power that some people think they have. And they will not gain control of the precious metals market. Now, China is trying to create another trading hub in Hong Kong. That is happening, but it's going to take a while to get that up and going and to make that work. But we'll see here. All right, very good. All right. Let's do one more look at the markets again. Julian Dart. You would think they would buy more in a rising market. Their backlash will gain value. Yeah, you would think. And they may be trying to, but supply chains may be preventing that from happening. That's why it could be a pretty big problem if it continues to drain like it is. All right. Very good. Okay, gold up $9.30 to $4,075.50. Silver up 24 cents, pulling back some of its gains, but still up a good clip. So there you go. And so there it is. $50.18 is the bid price. Platinum up 7, palladium up 5. All right. Yep, dignity. BRICS will never agree on what countries to place their central banks at all. Yeah, there's a lot of things. They have a lot more not in common than many of the Western nations do. A lot more not in common for sure. All right. And let's see here. Let's get back over here to the comments. See what's happening here. We got Link Press. There are many unusual OTM puts in the ask for this Thanksgiving week. With the other events happening, it seems possibly another paper slam may be being engineered with month end approaching during the holiday week. Okay, so the puts are, that's when looking at that, and that's really getting into the minutia of what's happening there. We'll see signals play a role there. Very wild, interesting. Yeah. Fascinating. We'll see what happens. You may be right. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Rocky says, I do not think China will ever be the world money. I'm not sure what you mean by the world money. They are trying to strengthen the yuan. And there's been talk for a number of years that they want to back the yuan with gold. But if they do that, that restrains them in ways they do not want at this point. Of course, they could totally fake that too, but probably people would be able to see through that to some extent. But then again, it's hard to tell. All right. Very good. Let's see here. And we've got Adele says here about the announcement about the penny, the last penny being produced. And in the announcement where they said they were auctioning them off, the mint director touched the last few produced cents with his bare hands to show them off to the camera. Yeah. Well, that was the treasurer. The mint director is a female. I don't think she touched them. She probably would know better. All right. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. World currency. You talk about a reserve currency? Is that what you're talking about, Rocky? And let's see what we've got here. Dead King, we are 25 years away from $4,500 an ounce silver. Following a golden path. Keep stacking. All right, there you go. All right. Mario, thanks, Brother Sal. Thank you, Mario. I appreciate you chiming in on this video. And let's do one more here before we watch the markets again on what could happen in Asia, or in China here. That only means Asia has an insatiable need for silver. China won't use its reserves. This is good for us stackers. Thanks for the update, Sal. Yep. Yep, it is good for sure. All right. Yes, indeed. Very, very true. Oh, yeah. Very good. Let's see what we've got here. Looking here, we've got gold continuing to stabilize around this area. It's up $6.80 now to $4,073. Silver up 22 cents to $50.28. $50.16. If the puts are really in place, then very well could be that we may see silver fall way below $50 an ounce. We'll see. according to that one comment. Good to see Mr. Dreams. Yes, indeed. And let's see. So there's where we're at here with gold and silver. Platinum and palladium also showing some uptick in price as well today. So it's a green market today on Thanksgiving week. We'll see what happens. All right, the silver brother says here, this has been needed for years, but will actively be done. I doubt it because, well, you can imagine why. Yep, I know. We'll see if it gains some traction in the Senate. I would like to think it would. I would hope to think it would, but hey, maybe it may not could go through. We'll see. All right. All right. By the way, 81% of you are very optimistic that we'll be able to hold on to $50 silver by the end of this week. Out of 311 votes, my guess is probably not even half of those votes translated into a thumbs up in this live stream. I'm just saying. I bet you, I haven't checked, but I bet you that's what the case is. Kevin Malone says here, Sal, all the solar panels made in China, the new electric car batteries, when you think silver to gold ratio is 70-1 is crazy. What's coming? Thank you, Sal. I think even with all that happening, I don't know that we're going to see it narrow down that much. And remember, there's an oversupply of solar panels in China right now. But there are selling, but some of that stuff is scaled back some too, I think, or it will scale back since the subsidies have ended on them, or the tax credits on those things. But anyways, all right. All right, and we've got this. We've got Russell Ream on this video mentioning the kilo silver bars here. It says they are beautiful. I was buying them at $800 to $900. How many LCS has them for $16.06? The loss of purchasing with the fiat, never more in my face. Lately flipped purchasing into fractional pre-33, 2.5 Indians and Mexican 2.5 pesos. Love gold. Awesome, Russell Ream. Yeah, it's crazy how expensive silver's gotten, especially by the kilo. That really puts it into perspective. All right. Yes, indeed. And we've got this here. We've got Cybercurrent Twitter. Thanks for keeping us all informed on what's happening in the markets. Well, thank you, CCT. I appreciate you watching. Very kind of you, sir. Ray Gilgrath says Market Watch will be interesting to watch. Then buy. Yes, indeed. And it looks like that's the case. And this very well, this price movement may be based off of what's going on there in China with the low holdings, record low holdings in those vaults. But so far, we're pulling back from the session highs right now. Silver now up only 16 cents, $50.22. Gold up $4.20. So there it is. So interesting indeed. Platinum and palladium up as well. But everything is still in the green. So we're watching it. We're watching it move tonight. Silver Hair Stacker is here. Good to see you. And let's see. Silver Heist chimes in with this and says, this week will be interesting. Will silver continue with more days over $50? It starts with Salivate Metal Sunday night live stream Market Watch. That's right, exactly. We were asking the question here if we will be able to hold on to it by this next Friday, which is Black Friday, right? We'll see. We'll see if we can do it. This is going to be probably the toughest week for silver. Yes, indeed. Because of the holidays. But anyways, all right. Donna Kirsch says here, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Eventually, as silver is used more, especially in AI tech, and it is a finite item, either it will become more sought after or technology will have to find a substitute. Could it be in the future, especially in smaller countries? Will they restrict the public can have? Plus, I never truly believe any news coming out of China. They are a power that can tilt prices in their favor just by rhetoric. I will still buy when I can and responsibly. No shortage here. I will buy till I die. There you go. Thanks for taking the time. No problem, Donna. Yep, but just the complexity of the silver market around the world. Actually, I kind of do believe the source in China that's reporting from there. But anyways, all right. But thank you for that. And here we go. 90% junk silver. Silverware manufactured in and exported from China from 1870 through the 1940s can be worth big bucks. Some can be found in garage sales. Wow. Did not know that. Interesting. And on the video from this morning here, says this. According to Market Watch, both December 25 and January 26 futures contracts are in backwardation as spot is listed at ST Bullion as of now Sunday. Well, don't use any bullion dealer for your spot prices. They're always at least a dime up above the actual spot price. Anyways, and listed on Market Watch, backwardation of 11 cents. Not until March is it in contango. Well, it's already in contango now, as I mentioned in that video, because I'll look at the actual spot price, the real spot price, not made up spot price. There's a big difference there because they can be up 10, 12, 20 cents sometimes. So anyways, so you check your sources, and I would say John Counsel, because I'm looking at real spot price. We're looking at it right now. $50.18 is what the spot price is now, up 12 cents. So it is not in backwardation anymore, or at least it wasn't on Friday. All right, Michael says all China has to do is save their silver market to raise the price, and they have been raising the price. I talked about that in this video, and that's what they're doing to save themselves. It's up much higher there. Bill Arrington, I'll be listening while cooking as usual. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it for the Sunday Night Market Watch. He's here, and we got 6 style cool find at the bank. My daughter got a 1964 accented hair JFK in the Bud Hut store, and it worked and gave it to me. Nice, congratulations, that's awesome. 4-way 44 on this video. It says the following: in the middle of all their clickbait hysteria and the dire warnings, your channel stands out as a professional and worthwhile brand new subscriber. Well, thank you, Fourth Way. I appreciate that very much. You understood what I talked about in the title, and when I talk about it in the title, I back it up with the content. So thank you so much, Fourth Way. I appreciate you recognizing that, because, I have to choose titles that are going to draw attention. But if I do it, and it is stressful, because if I'm going to do that, I'm going to make sure I back it up with the content. So it's a two-way street. I've got to make sure I deliver on it, because if I don't, then my channel will not grow. But so far, it's been working. But I've got to be careful as well too. I've got to constantly remind myself of that, because that is something that's very important to me to do. So thank you, Fourth Way. I really appreciate that. You made my day with that comment. And thank you for subscribing. Bob Iramasma says, ugh, I have to understand why people are so sick of the silver pumping. I've come to understand why people are so sick of the silver pumping. Well, yes, but what does that have to do with this video? Would love to know. Richard Metcalf, that's quite a bit of metal. Keep the information coming. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's take a look at the markets again. All right, silver pulling back its gains here tonight. It is now the lowest that it has increased here so far tonight, up only 0.16%. So there's some pressure of silver in the Asian markets right now. It is still above $50 in the bid price, but just barely. It's up 3 cents above $50 right now in the bid price, $50.15 in the ask price. So there it is. Interesting indeed. All right. Very good. BA is here. Good to see Zix Road. Dean R is still with us tonight. Here's what are the possibilities is here. So there's where it is. We'll watch these markets move. We'll see what happens here on this Thanksgiving week. AMTV. AMTV says this. Sounds to me like they're trying to trick us into supporting an audit once only every 5 years. If it is important as we know it is, treat it like you do counting prisoners after yard time. Well, it's not the same as counting prisoners. I'm sorry, AMTV. I can understand why it would be 5 years. It's a big deal because there's assay tests. There's all kinds of different things they're going to be doing rather than just checking the seals on the vaults, which is what they do now, which is not an audit at all. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Joey Libs with the $1.99 super chat. I think that might be his first one tonight. Thank you so much. All right. called out by Peter Schiff for complaining about shadow banning when he really just has boring titles. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, if I had really boring titles, and there's some titles that are not so boring, they don't do very well. Like my video that I did tonight is not doing very well, even though it's got a snippy title. So there it is. Thank you again, Joey Libs. I appreciate that very, very much. Your super chat. Winston Wolf, nice new heavy metal intro. Actually, it's the same one. It's just the extended version, which is not only extended much. Okay. Floyd Turner, with over 100 billion in circulation, I don't think we will run out of them for probably at least the next 50 years. Well, Floyd Turner, if you watch this video, you will find out that it's not 100 billion in circulation. It's 300 billion in circulation. Let's see here. Cod Pug, if the US dollar ain't going to be here by 2027, you want to make a bet on that? I guarantee you the dollar's going to be here. I'd bet my full gold stack it's going to be here in 2027 and beyond. The dollar is not going away anytime soon, that's for sure. All right, let's see here. But thank you for your thoughts on that. Let's see here. Eddie Schwab here. And then we're going to get to this is the video. If you have any chance, gold at $10,000. Check this video out. And I know it seems crazy to think about, but honestly, there's some good, and it's not really, and this is not my analysis, by the way, but I do put in my 2 cents there that I think is more of a good reason than what the author did. But check this video out if you get a chance. Eddie Schwab says this. There's a better solution than to stop making the penny, and that is the same thing that they did in the middle of World War II, and that's to make the penny out of and the nickel out of steel. Lots of countries on their lowest denominations of coins make them out of steel or other low-grade metals because we did this for 4.5 centuries. Well, the problem with that is that would still be too expensive. Labor costs and everything else. My guess is probably aluminum or zinc and steel. I don't know what the cost is and what have you, but I can't imagine it would be that much cheaper, honestly. And so I don't know, but could be wrong. But if it goes up, it will be up. That's true. Same name, that's for sure. It sure will. If it goes up, it will be up. Let's take a look here. And speaking of going up, it looks like silver is trying to recapture some of the decreases in the gains we saw earlier in the evening. It did top out at a session high of $40.52 tonight. It is now up a dime. That's 10 cents for those of you in Rio Linda, to $50.16, $50.04, and the bid price holding on, but just barely. There it is. All right. And so gold is up $4 to $4,070.20. So there it is. All right. Platinum and palladium also both up. Good to see you guys. Glad you guys are here. Is JM Unleashed here? There's JM Unleashed. Yeah, hello, JM Unleashed. Good to see you. A lot of good folks with us tonight. A good crowd. And of the crowd, we have, and I would love to get a count from you, if anybody can tell me how many thumbs up we have in the live stream tonight, because we have 385 votes. But my guess is everybody that could vote in the poll means that they can press the thumbs up button. And my guess is we don't even have 180. So we have less than half of that. But will silver maintain $50 by this Friday? 82% of you think it will. So there you go. Now, honestly, I'm not as confident as you are, but I hope you're right. I hope you're right, especially given what we've heard about some of the puts that are out there. Many people think it's a indicator that we may see it fall back down below. It's just barely hanging on right now. So we have 174. There we go, 174. Way less than half of the people that partook in the poll. I don't understand that. That's crazy. But anyway, so there it is. All right. Let's get back to the comments and see what you are saying here. Just saying, I was watching the Sunday night hit 2112. If I recall, you were inspired to play. That's right. That's right. Gold hit $2,112 an ounce in the live stream, and I played dun 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 on the bass. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's right. It's just Sam remembers that too. We have 192 now. Thanks. Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you guys. Yeah, if you ever see a poll, just do a big 1-2 punch. Vote in the poll and then thumbs up the live stream. All right, very good. And let's see, a 79 is here. Yep, we recognize her when she came in. That's right. And let's see here. What do we have here? Count Trumpula. 2027 or by 2027's end. Will people be there? When Pancake, Too Much Moon Dust, Elon Gone, Nostradamus Has Spoken via Count Trumpulas, Oracle of Algo Secrets. There you go. Well, probably, yeah. I didn't, let's just say the end of 2027, right? Let's give it a little bit more time because that does make a difference for sure. All right. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Good to see you guys. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Anita Moore. Appreciate you hitting the thumbs up button. And on the videos, too. It really helps the videos, too. Jolie, 29. And if you can hype as well. Some people have hyped as well. And I appreciate those who do that. Joseph, I'm still amazed at the thought that in 10 years, I'll be wishing I bought more gold when it was only $4,000. I'll buy more gold. There you go. Yeah. And, I don't know what's going to happen down the road with gold, by the way. But it seems like we're going to probably maintain somewhere around this price from now on. I think we are entering new times with gold and silver. I really do. And let's see here. We've got this from a Defender. Says here, pretty much every pundit on YouTube is forecasting huge price gold and silver. I'm ready if it happens, but I will believe it when I see it. A lot of what you see on YouTube is clickbait when it comes to these forecasts, in my view. But remember, I'm talking about the conditions where I'm not saying it's going to go there. And I'm talking about two things. Number one, what an analyst said about it. And number two, the path to get there, what could make it happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. I make that very, very clear in there. And I chose the title very carefully based off of that. All right. And we've got Steve C. says, I have my eye on that Slurp device mug. All right. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Steve C. Appreciate that. We did create one out of a request for a member of this community. I don't know if they actually bought one, but anyways. All right. And let's see here. Let's clear some of this out and see what we can happen here. We've got to get to this comment here from Carrie Taryn. We appreciate Carrie Taryn being a faithful viewer and commenting on many of the videos. That does help engagement, helps everything for sure. Appreciate it so much. It says, a bunch of fear-mongering going on with gold and silver. I could see it hitting 10K by 2027. I've noticed an increase in videos on Facebook saying misinformation, like come January 1st, the federal government is going to seize and transfer people's savings accounts of over $5,000 into an account to pay off the debt. If people see this and believe it, they will probably be buying gold and silver to save their asset. It's crazy what Facebook allows to be posted. It sure is. It really is. It is nuts. Yep, you're right about that. Paulo Sasso says this. The mining stocks are annoyingly volatile. Maybe one could trade in and out of them for profit. And the 28-point plan looks like it was put together by high school kids. I've not actually read it, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Hastily put together, I'm not sure. But anyways, all right. Okay. Let's see here. David Menze 6196 on this gold video says the following. Let me get this thing ran going. I looked on the internet on the gold price and it said that it went down 50 cents. Don't know where you're looking on the internet. The internet is very general. You have to give a source. Can't comment on something with something so vague because I guarantee it's not down 50%. It's actually up 0.14% right now as we watch these markets move in real time to $4,071.80, up $5.60. Silver is up a dime to $50.16. The bid price is $50.04 tonight. Stabilizing a little bit here. But there it is. Very good. Nice. All right. And very good. Thank you. Platinum and palladium. So far, everything has been in the green tonight. So that's good in the Asian markets. But, you know, it's a whole different scenario when they open up in London and especially in New York. Defender says here, it mentions the following here. Ukraine will never give up their land to an evil empire. They have lost so much blood defending it. They're doing well against Russia, Slava Ukraine. Why should they surrender? They can keep up with Europe backing them plus the $20 billion held by banks. U.S. can't be trusted anymore, and Trump leading them is not needed. Well, Defender, I agree with you in spirit, Defender. However, we have to look at the reality on the ground. Russia has been able to hold on to a vast majority of the Donbass and other parts of Ukraine for long enough time. It's really kind of a stalemate in that way. And the problem is there's a lot of people dying in that stalemate. There's estimates now that about 1 million Russian soldiers have died, and probably almost that much of Ukrainian soldiers as well. And North Koreans as well are dying. So and the thing is there's no way that Ukraine is going to get to a peace deal without giving up some land. I hate to say it, I don't like it any more than you do, Defender. But it's been going on 3 years now, and it's just there's not any decisive victory on either side. Except for Russia, because they've gained territory. You know what I mean? And that's just so they're going to have, and same thing. I was hoping they could recapture Crimea, but that's pretty much written off too. So we have to be realistic here. So so it's it's a decision of whether or not you're going to lose dramatically more lives to the tune of 4,000 or 5,000 lives a week between both sides. It's crazy. It's just nuts. So I mean, it's just the sad reality, and it's that's just what we're seeing. I mean, you're right. Putin is a monster, but if you're going to have, it's either that or it goes for 10 years. See, the problem is in Eastern Europe, especially with Russia. They can fight a 10-year war. They'll just keep throwing people. There's a lot more people in Russia. And if we don't do something, there won't be a Ukraine to save. That's the problem. There will not be a Ukraine to save. And then Russia will take it over. And though they're fine with losing 1 million people. They don't care. Well, Putin doesn't care. But anyways. All right. Allison Smith says, bought 2 more grams of gold and 6 ounces of silver at my LCS a few hours ago. All right, nice. Congratulations. Let's see here. Let's see. Savinator. Sal, talk about what you know, please. I am a Savinator. I'm talking about what I know. I'm not sure what you mean by that comment, but I'm talking about what I know. I studied geopolitics as well, and I studied geopolitics long before I really started studying the precious metal markets. But it's even more important now than ever. It really is. It's more important now than ever. It's good that we know and understand what's going on in the world, and be realistic about what's going on in the world around us. Allison bought 2 more grams, so that's good. Congratulations. Mario says, thanks, Sal. Well, thank you so much, Mario. Appreciate that. And Philly Beef says, there's a ton of money invested in AI stocks currently in a bubble. And I tell you what, there is a chance that we may see some cracks where the AI bubble may burst. if those slide in and the crowd heads for the exits, taking their money, where will they put it? Bonds are the normal answer, but not this time. Much will go into gold. Very well true, because people aren't as confident in cryptocurrencies anymore, for sure. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's do one more. We'll look at the markets again here. Sweeney, if Trump's peace plan were to be accepted, the dollar will surge as it will welcome Russia back into the G8. Yep, exactly. And gold and silver prices will fall dramatically. But I don't know that Russia will accept. I honestly don't. We'll see here. Multi-Gunman is here. Good to see you. I think, in a sense, Trump is smarter than some people think on negotiations. And I think he's doing that to say that, hey, look, Russia, we gave you everything pretty much everything you were asking for, and you're still not accepting it. But very good. All right. Let's see here. Northern Hillbilly. I never said that. Northern Hillbilly. Let's see here. All right. Silver is trading here. $50.19, up 13 cents, up 0.26%. And gold is up $8.40, $4,074.60. All right. Let's see here. So there it is. Platinum up 8, palladium up 3 tonight. Tiger Stacker. Man, I can't control the war, but for me, I will consider a win if I can get my in-laws out of Ukraine. Yes. Yes. Oh, man, we're praying for your in-laws, the Tiger Stacker. It's got to be tough, man. That's got to be really tough. I hope you can get them out, man. Yes, we pray for that, for sure, the Tiger Stacker. Thank you so much, my friend. Check out Tiger Stacker's channel. All right, very good. Let's see here. And let's see here. Sabinator. There's been a lot of agitators out of Russia in that region since 2014. You're right. But the Azov battalions have been fighting against the agitators out of Russia. And the whole Nazi thing, yeah, there may be some elements of Nazis everywhere and anywhere, everywhere. We've got one here in the United States. His name is Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is pretty much a Nazi. And I don't say that lightly. By his own words and admissions, that he loves Hitler. And I don't think it was a joke. And if it was a joke, it was in extremely poor taste, but I don't think it was a joke. So yeah, you're gonna see elements of that everywhere. And likely, and by the way, I mean, look at what Putin has done with his enemies, poisoned his enemies. Putin is not a good guy. And by the way, the one who knows it more than anybody else is Trump. Trump knows. He knows Putin. For sure. All right. Steve C. Gold, stack it, hold it. Banks are. There you go. That's right. Exactly right. Well stated. That's exactly right, brother. 4 Wheels from Rob. Amazing display of so many different gold coins. Only one way for gold to go. Fiat money all over the earth is in big trouble. And that's just it. There's no currency anywhere except for in Zimbabwe, of all places, that is backed by gold. There's only so much of that really happening, and it's kind of really skirting. But it's the closest thing to a gold standard we have is in Zimbabwe, of all places. It's crazy. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the Russian people. Yeah, this is not a slam on the Russian people. The Russian people are great. They've got the heart of a lion. The Russian people are great. The people of these countries, they serve under corrupt leaders, and that's a problem. But yeah, the Russian people are great. Yeah, nobody's beef should be with the Russian people at all. Robert says here, every currency in the world is based on faith and productivity. None are based on gold and silver. The reputation of your economy is the primary driver of the value of your money. When Muammar Gaddafi proposed backing Libya's money with gold, he was immediately overthrown and murdered. Thanks for nothing, Hillary. Yeah. And, that's one area, too, where it's like, why are we going after Libya? Libya, they actually gave up their weapons of mass destruction under the Bush administration. So, yeah, that is a very strange thing that happened there. Okay, and we've got the Silver Shelby says, having a great weekend. Yes, we are. Thank you for watching an older live stream. Appreciate that. Let's take a look at the markets now, shall we? What's going on here? Silver holding on to some gains. Yes, indeed it is. Silver holding on to some gains here, up 13 cents to $50.19. The bid price is $50.07. It did get up to over 34 cents an ounce here earlier in the broadcast. The session high of $50.42. So there it is. And gold up $10.90 right now. It is to the 4077. Can anybody tell me the significance of the 4077th? Well, now it's moved back down, but it was there long enough you saw it. If you were here last time that hit there, you'll know. Tell me, it's an acronym. Type out the acronym in all capital letters, and you will get it right. All right, there we go. All right, very good. Okay, so there's where the markets are now. Look at that. Everything is in the green. There you go. SJL got it. That's right. So did Joey Libs and Winston. You got it. MASH. That's right. Neil, if you had 3 llamas, would you trade them for 4 Bengal tigers? Man, I don't know. Probably not, because my guess is that Bengal tigers would be tougher to maintain than the llamas. To keep them, because I don't know if I'd have to keep them. But anyways. All right. Very good. Yeah, pretty clever humor in MASH. All right, now silver's up 15 cents. We're keeping hope alive. But keep hope alive. That's right. There it is. Okay. There's where we're at. Okay, we've got this from Hypersonic Bullion. Says, that's a nice golden spread, Sal. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Says, I've recently discovered the Barbados Trident. If I could trade all my other rounds for all Barbados, I would, with a few tubes of Northwestern Territory. Does Barbados have some incredible shine? They sure do. I love the Barbados pieces. Indeed. Very good. Nice. Let's see here. Who has the best price on metals? Well, you can use finebullionprices.com to look for the best price. But I hope you will consider also looking at summitmetals.com, depending on which kind you're looking for. They don't have the lowest prices on all of them, but there may be some there. So check out Summit Metals. You can find them in the link in the description of this very live stream. Rusty and Rita ask me, if you had an extra 80 ounces of silver, would you trade for 1 ounce of gold? Yes, I would. The key word being extra. In other words, if I had 80 ounces, I discovered 80 ounces that I didn't know I had, or I won it, or something like that, I would trade it for 1 ounce of gold. Why is that? Because I think that the gold to silver ratio is probably getting somewhere around normal right now. I think it has room to move lower, but I don't see it happening a whole lot lower than where it is. And I'm at a point in my stacking journey where I feel like I have almost enough silver, although I'm still buying some here and there. But I feel like I need to get more gold to offset my personal gold to silver ratio. So yes, indeed. So there's that. And yeah, let's see here. Okay. We got Bozo. It says here, I bought an ounce of gold last week. Congratulations. Even though I think the prices are still high, buying over the years means my average cost is still quite low. True that. I'll just continue to buy when I have extra cash. Gold will be 10K eventually, but not 2027. No way. Yeah, and I tend to think it's a stretch too. But based off of what I mentioned in the video, which means souped up situations like what we're experiencing now and earlier this year. We're going to have to still see that kind of souped up a bit. for that to happen, which is highly unlikely. But anyway, it's very good. Yeah, thank you guys for pressing the thumbs up button. We're still a ways off from matching the amount that are in the chat in the poll here. There's 470 votes there, but 81% of you feel that we'll see silver maintain above or $50 an ounce or above. So we'll see here. Very good. All right. Speaking of which, what's going on with the precious metals markets now? While we're here, we might as well talk about them, right? Gold up $9.20. These gains are stabilizing now in the Asian markets before Shanghai opens at 8. We're looking at Hong Kong, I think, is what we're looking at right now. So $9.20 up for gold to $4,075.40. Silver up 12 cents to $50.18 in the ask price. Platinum up 9. Palladium up 5. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. There's where that is. Let's see here. Okay. Raza Matri on fire with this video. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that very much. Hypersonic bullion on this video about what conditions could take place to cause gold to go up that much and by the end of 2027. Could it depend on China or how they command enough gold market to revalue gold? Would or could that double gold overnight, along with an overnight dump of all American Treasury bonds? That's a lot of ifs. Yeah, that's one factor that could play a big role. If they report and can prove they've got the gold they say they have, and it's a lot more than what they officially have, and they come out and say it, that could be a game changer. It certainly could. All right, let's see here. We've got Greg Olson, $10,000 gold in 2027 would mean the globalist plan has been achieved. Very well could. Very well could be. Matt Bittner, the algorithmic cookie on this. Thank you so much. Always appreciate that. He's been very kind to do that. Let's refresh his comments and see what we've got happening here. Gold and silver both holding on to modest gains tonight, with a silver up 10 cents now to $50.16. It's $50.04 in the bid price, barely hanging on, but indeed it is. And we've got gold up $9.30 to $4,075.50. Platinum up 8, palladium up 5. There's where the markets are right now. Oh, yeah. Very good. Razor Ready is here. And let's see. Let's get down here to see what we've got with a few more comments. We've got Hobo Bill says here, it figures buy gold on Wednesday and it dips on Friday. Good thing I'm in it for the long haul. Yes, indeed. There we go. We have to be prepared for those kind of moves. But you're right, Hobo Bill. It's about being in it for the long haul. That's the way to do it. You got to look beyond the current market conditions whenever you buy. Richard Metcalf, you never know, but I think we're going to find out. That's true. You're exactly right. We will find out for sure. Oh, wow. Interesting silver heist. Ed Moy, former Mint director, is working on a Fort Knox book. That'll be cool. Matt Wingy is here. Dilly Dog is here. Good to see you. And by the way, guys, I'm at a point in this broadcast where I will do push-ups for the Super Chats now and or the PayPal friends and family donations. Let's see here. 90% junk silver. Anyone that would pay $10,000 for an ounce of metal needs their head examined. Probably 3 years ago, you probably would have said the same thing about somebody paying $4,000 for an ounce of gold, and I've done it several times now. So it just depends. Very good. All right. Very good. Oh, thank you, Matt Fix. I appreciate it. Yep, I think I'm pretty much over. There's a very slight repercussions of the long COVID, but finally the cough is going away. Thank you guys for the prayers and everything. I was kind of worried it would stick around for longer, but everything is fine. Thank you. Appreciate it. SLJ 677 just traded 76 ounces of silver for another 1 ounce of gold. All right, that's really good for the second week of my LCS. Silver demand has gotten insane that he can't keep it in stock, hoping that I'm not shooting myself in the foot, cutting into my silver stack. Well, I think he did a good move there, and that's pretty amazing that he is in need of silver. That tells us something. I mean, that's anecdotal, but hey, maybe trend. We'll see. Let's see there. All right. Common sense, this family dog. All right, there we go. Common sense. That's exactly right. We need it. We need more of that in this country. And this is a spam comment. We'll get rid of that. Lulu Lucky celebrating here. That's right. Thank you so much, Lulu Lucky. Good to see you. Snakebite says, I'm just along for the ride, just holding my wealth. There you go. And that's the way to think about it. Just enjoy the ride. Let's see what happens. You know, it's a long-term proposition. We hold it. We see what happens. But that's the way to do it for sure. All right. Very, very good. Willa says, pushed and pulled from every direction. That's right. Exactly right. It is getting pushed and pulled from every direction, indeed. Let's see here. Let's get over here and see this. We've got from Kenny Leo on the audit, the gold audit that has been legislation proposed in the Senate to make this happen. Let's see here. It says, I used to rely on gold investments, but my profits were always slow and steady at best. Everything changed when my boss introduced me to Bella Floor-Hampton. She encouraged me to diversify into crypto and stocks, but honestly, I made a huge difference. I've been learning a lot from seeing more consistent returns. Definitely. Okay, I think this is a spam comment too. Dang it. Let me get rid of this here. Let's see here. Nice display, Sal. Thanks for the updates. Thank you. Will, I appreciate that. All right, and we've got this. We've got Beach Bum Artist says, gold may get to that when China tries to take over Taiwan in 2027, like Ping said he was going to do. Yep, and I talked about that in the video too. That's one thing that I think we could see that happen for sure. Mentioned that in the video. Thank you, Beach Bum Artist. All right, we're caught up on comments now, so we're looking at these markets move. Look at this. Gold is now up only 90 cents. Silver has almost flatlined. It's only up 0.01%, up a fraction of a cent. It is now below $50 in the bid price. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. There it is. So silver is just barely hanging on in the ask price. So we'll see what happens here tonight, but it is now down below it in the bid price. So we shall see what happens here. Crazy. Crazy train happening there. $4,067.50 now for gold, up $1.30. Silver, right, just barely hanging on. We might see it go in the red. Just having a tough time in Hong Kong right now. Yep, now it's down a cent. And gold is down $1.80. So there it is. Now everything's starting to turn negative here tonight. It's crazy. Yes, indeed. K Gorilla. The only copper I'm stacking is pre-83 cents. The ones that are made of copper. And any scrap copper I can find. I'm not buying anything. The only copper I will buy will just be little companion pieces for fun. But I don't, you should not stack copper in bar or round form. If you want to buy them just for fun, but it's a losing proposition every time to do that. And I talk about that on my channel. But yeah, you do not want to You do not want to stack copper in bar. I mean, pre 83 cents or pre 82 cents if you want to be safe. You can do that, but I would not stack bars or rounds. All right, now silver's up 2 cents tonight, and gold is continuing to fall a little bit, up down $4 here. Let's see what's done with the gold to silver ratio. It's had a minimal impact on it, 81.31. So there that is. So yeah, silver's trying to hang on here tonight. So we just saw it very briefly dip below, down 1 cent earlier. Now it's up 2 cents. So we'll see here. All right, let's see. And so there it is. So gold down 4, silver up 2. Wild ride indeed. And so far, still 82% of you. 82% now, so it's increased. 82% of you out of 498 votes believe we will see silver stay at $50 by the end of this week. It's going to have a tough week ahead in order to do it. It's now up 3 cents right now. So it's trying to recapture some of the gains that it had earlier in the night. There you go. Yep, 14 cents to make a nickel. That's right, 420. Bill Arrington taking a few minutes to say hello. All right, thank you so much. Making homemade seafood. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Sounds really, really good. Oh, yeah, very good. So there it is. Palladium is now flatlined, and platinum is up $3 right now. And there it is. Moving through these markets tonight. It is a wild ride. We're looking at the progress here of the markets. Silver hanging on to gains, but just barely now up 2 cents to $50.08, and the bid price is below $50 again. And the technical analysts use the bid price for all of their support levels and gains, losses. So there you go. $49.96. And who would have thought that anything under $50 would be considered a bargain, right? But indeed, we'll see how it plays out. Silver seems to many people to be unstoppable, but it is stoppable. You should not have that attitude. And we can be pro-silver, but be realistic about it as well. But I do think it's going to have a higher support level than we've seen after the previous rallies in 1980 and 2011. But we'll see there. All right, have a good night, Cybercurrent Twitcher. See you Tuesday, my friend. Appreciate it. You being here. Have a good night. Check out CCT's channel and his latest video on coal silver. You'll find out exactly what that means when you see his video. All right, let's see here. So there it is. Now silver is just barely up 1 cent now, $50.07. So it's fighting to stay alive here as it's up 3 cents right now. Crazy. But there it is. And let's see. Let's see if any other comments have made their way across here, this platform. There you go. Silver Sleuth says, get it while the getting is good. Exactly right, brother. Thank you for your comment. You're exactly right about that. And now silver hanging on. I'd like to see it get above $50 an ounce in the bid price. We're not there yet as I get close to finishing up this coffee. Northern Hillbilly, yeah. You can't use a 15-to-1 ratio as any kind of garner. That's the fixed ratio. They were fixing the price of silver to gold pretty much until the mid part of last century, or a little after. But that's not what it's supposed to be. Honestly, if you want to be honest, the gold to silver ratio is much closer to where it's supposed to be than it was when they fixed it. And it's much closer to where it's supposed to be than the mining ratio, which is about 8 to 9 to 1. But people make the mistake of using the previous fixed ratios and the mining ratio as to what they think silver's price or the silver price should be, and that is a fool's errand. That is a fool's errand to think that. Because that is incorrect. You should never use that to determine what the actual the gold to silver ratio, the price ratio, is the market conditions, which weigh much more heavily than rarity. I always tell people, because when they come back at me with that, they say, well, hey, yeah, there should be. I say, well, your argument is lost when you look at platinum. Look at platinum compared to gold. Platinum is 15 times more rare than gold. And it comes out of the ground probably at an even smaller ratio. But look how much gold is compared to platinum. All right, now silver's now up a nickel, $50.11. The bid price is 1 cent shy of $50. That's right, 1 cent shy of $50. So there it is. All right, very, very good. Oh, yeah. Very good. There we go. Platinum up 4, palladium flat. Rhodium, we very rarely see rhodium move on a Sunday night broadcast. All right. And let's see here. Let's see if there's any more comments that made their way across here. No new comments, and we're back here and seeing what's happening with folks here. Silver up 2 cents tonight at $50.08. And so it's barely hanging on to some gains, but just barely. We'll see there. See what happens. And we're going to finish this coffee right now. So there we go. All right, silver up 2 cents. Platinum up 4. Gold down $3.90 now. And the silver has completely flatlined. No movement at all. Bill 457 has a 10,000 platinum bar. That's cool. Really, really cool. And we're looking at the metals complex. Silver completely flatlined right now. There is where it is tonight. Platinum is the only metal that's in the green. Up $3 right now. Hanging in there. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Putting my chaser in here. But still, even though silver's prices is now in the negative slightly, 81% of you feel we're going to see $50 maintained by Friday. Wow, a comment in the video, but YouTube thinks I'm a scammer. Let's see if it put it in the help or review folder. Nope, this one is there with 010101. I don't know what that means, but we'll prove it anyway. But don't know why yours didn't show up there. That's strange. All right. So there we go. Silver's in negative territory. I was kind of hoping we would see it hanging on tonight, but what do you guys think for tomorrow? Do you think it's going to get slammed in London and in New York, and we'll see it fall back way below 49 or 48, below $50 tomorrow in trading? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat right now. Let me know what you think if we're going to see it fall below $50 for tomorrow. I think we will. I think this week is probably going to be a bad week in silver. When I say bad, talking about moving back below probably 49 is what I'm thinking. But we'll see. I think we may see, at least for this week, because it's a holiday week, there's going to be less U.S. trading. I think people are going to try to take some profits. And, hey, silver's trading near $50. Let's take some profits and go. At least for this week. And Red Crawler thinks that the bubble's about to burst this week. For precious metals, you think the metals will go down, Red Crawler? That bubble? Very well could. John Knox says 48. Jay Monlease thinks 51 we will see. Again, we'll see. We'll see. Silver has shown some resilience, I will say that, so... But we'll see. All right. Let's see. All right. Palladium is down $1. Silver up 1 cent. So it's hanging in there. It's trying to hold on to what it's got. Trying to hold on to what it's got. Silver will fail and come back at some point. Or fall and come back at some point. There you go. 420 thinks it might fall for a minute, but then come back to 52. Stocks and crypto will fall. So we might see a pretty big hit in the overall market, and silver may be taken with it. The Van Man thinks $49.50, $49.50 range. Magic Moon says we'll break a new record at $55. AKA Data thinks it'll go sideways until March. Okay, that is a possibility. We could see that. You never know. So yeah, sideways until March. All right. There it is. Platinum is up 3. Silver up. Platinum is up $3. Silver is up 3 cents. And gold is down just over $3.40. The dollar is going above 100, so it could put pressure on PMs. Yep, exactly. Let's see what the dollar index is right now. The dollar index is, wait for it, 100.24. No movement at all in the dollar index, but it is there. Yes, indeed. Nicely done. The dollar's holding some strength there. That's going to put pressure. All right. All right, now silver's up 3. Platinum is up 3. The palladium is now back in positive territory, up $1. Gold continuing to suffer just slightly, down $3.50. Very minor drop indeed. All right. And let's see. Let's press forward here, watching these markets move in real time, seeing if there's any other comments that have made their way. Interacting with you guys in the chat now more often, because we have new comments to look at as we watch these markets move. Silver staying mostly in the positive tonight to some extent, so we're looking at that and seeing what's happening here. Very good. And very good. And let's see. So nice. Silver now up 4 cents, 2 cents shy of the bid price, reaching $50 an ounce. Christmas will be very good for silver and gold. Okay, you have to say it slows down around Christmas time, but we'll see here. We'll see what happens, and it very well could be the case that as you get closer to Christmas, that the prices stay where they're at, or maybe even go up. Opportunity buyers may go in there. Anything could happen in this market. So we'll see. All right. And we'll find out. And Steve says, JP Morgan and LBMA are not running out of any gold and silver. That's right, exactly. The only ones that are is the Shanghai market. I talked about that this morning with silver. All right, let's see here. 79 deleted the comments. Oh, man, I hope not. Not on the videos, anyway. I need those comments. Yes, I do. And, Santa Rally we could have, for sure. Let's see. And Tom Sanders does not believe it's going to slow. This is a strange economic time. It really is. This is something, in many cases, there's a lot of unprecedented things occurring right now. I agree with that. I agree that's a possibility. Pretty strange. All right. Bill 457 says, this year I'm getting a new Christmas tree so I can hang silver Christmas rounds. So there you go. I tell you what, there's one thing there's not a shortage of, and that's silver Christmas rounds. You can hang all different designs all around the tree. That's actually a brilliant idea if you can find a way to put them in some sort of bezel to hang them up. I think that would be great. If you do take a picture of that, that would be awesome. Especially if you have Christmas rounds, but you don't need Christmas rounds for that. But yeah, there you go. That's the way to get into the season. Who needs silver bells when you got silver rounds, right? That's exactly right. Slurp a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Okay. Put a little more chaser in here. We got through all that cinnamon. And let's see. All right, now silver still maintaining in the green tonight. It is up 4 cents to $50.10, $49.98 for the bid price. We want to really, if we want to really kind of keep the momentum building for a new support, we need to see it stay above $50 fairly consistently. All right. There you go. All right, let's see here. Let's just refresh these, see if anything's happened. Nope, it's bookend. We got all green, and it's bookend by gold and palladium, both down over $2. $2 for palladium, $2.90 for gold. So there it is. All right. Yes, indeed. There's where the markets sit right now. It's pretty wild to see gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all moving in different directions tonight in one way or the other. Watch these markets move in real time. Yes, indeed. The real key is, can we hold on to $50 silver by the end of this week? 81% of you out of over 500 participants, 529 to be exact, believe that we're going to see silver maintain at least $50 by the end of this Friday. I'm not as hopeful as you, but hey, we'll see. We'll see if it happens. If we can continue, if we can get into that next week and have a close of that and maintain that throughout the week, we'll break another record. The previous record happened in October when it was 9 consecutive trading days. If we can get 10, we'll see her. Good evening to Fathom That. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see all of you guys here tonight. I do stand ready to do push-ups if so desired. I don't normally do it on a Sunday night, but we're through the comments and the markets are staying relatively stable here. Silver's up a nickel right now, 1 cent shy of $50 an ounce. So that's 1 push-up or exercise for every dollar donated via Super Chat. 2 push-ups or exercise for every dollar donated via PayPal, friends, and family. So there that is. All right. And let's see as we watch these markets move. Again, we've got a bookend situation happening here where gold and palladium are the only metals that are down, and silver and platinum are up. They are up. All right. That's right, a.k.a. Dad is right. You know you're a stacker when you check Kitco more than 3 times a day, waiting to pull the trigger on a purchase. That's true. 79 wants to be embarrassed with a good song. All right, there we go. All right, and a good song. We do it. We do it's a good song for 79. I don't know how I can embarrass her with a song, but I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Have a good night, Tom Sanders. All right. Sad songs say so much. Ooh, you gotta play your sad song. Sometimes there's something about the blues. Time on my hand. Like all the clues, I forget even. I haven't heard that song in so long. I don't even remember the tune for it. All right. Let's get over here. All right, now silver is now above. It's right at $50 an ounce in the bid price. Right there at it. Up 6 cents, $50.12. Gold is the only metal that's down now on one end, down only 80 cents at $4,065. And platinum is up 5, palladium up 1. There you go. And good, okay. That's enough. Well, you didn't thank me for singing, 79. Why didn't you thank me for singing? I'm not sure why that didn't happen, but I was hoping it would. I was hoping I'd get at least a thank you. I was hoping you would say, my voice is beautiful, Sal, but you can stop, you know. I need to be softened up before these things are said. Sad songs say so much, right? There's Lulu Lucky is with us. All right, so there we go. Nice movement in the metals here, holding on to the gains. It only went down briefly, 1 or 2 cents for silver through the night, but now it's up only 4 cents. So there it is. Carrie Tarrant is here. Anita Homebot is here. Good to see you. All right, very good. Back from the grocery store. Gotta love it. Paid Piper's here. Billy Joel. I don't know much Billy Joel stuff other than We Didn't Start the Fire, but also all the different things he says in that song, whatever that is about all these different people, all these different things. Did he say Rubik's Cube in that song? Rubik's Cube? I'm not sure. Anyways, so there it is. Gold and silver moving. All right. Silver Shelby's still here. Good to see you. Elliot Scott is here. Oh, yeah. Platinum and palladium both. Palladium was up. It is now flatlined. Silver up 4 cents. Gold down $1.80. Let's take a look. It's kind of been hovering around in this area here for enough time. Gene Lefevers with algorithmic rockets and thumbs up. Thank you, sir. It all helps, and I appreciate you doing that, sir, my friend. Yes, indeed. And so there it is. We got silver now up 4 cents to $50.10. Gold down $1.80. Platinum up 4. There it is. Okay. And let's see what we have happening. Not much happening else in the markets, and we're about near the end anyway. So I don't really know much what else to do here. The markets are kind of just staying where they're at. Shanghai will open up in a half an hour, but we don't usually go that long. And that may have a bump one way or another when that happens. But we'll see here. But you guys are great. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to say goodnight, but we'll be back here on Tuesday. And I hope you will watch my videos from today. Hope you will check both those out that I posted today if you've not seen those already. So with that being said, let me leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.